Hello and welcome to Think It, which is part of the Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Program. My name's Annabelle. I'm the Senior Entrepreneurship Officer here at GBS, and bringing you a wonderful lineup of interactive workshops like this. Today, we have all about customer discovery with Emmanuel, who is a lecturer in business here at GBS. And I will hand over to Emmanuel now, actually, so he can introduce himself and get going with this workshop. If you've got any questions, Emmanuel will let you know how best to go about that, whether it's during the presentation or at the end. So it's up to you, Emmanuel, but over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Annabelle. So I'll be starting now. I would like to share my screen with you. Okay. Let me know once you can see my screen, please.
Yes, all good.
Okay. Oh, what's this? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Annabelle, for inviting me to speak this evening. It's really a great pleasure for me to be here. And today we'll be discussing about customer discovery mastery. As you know, I'm a lecturer, so I will take it in a lecturing way. And please, I appreciate questions. Yes, questions are actually very important. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. Customer discovery mastery. I think this is a very important topic. This is a very important topic in when it comes to business. It's a very important topic. So, and we will be looking into this today. So Annabelle has actually introduced me. My name is Emmanuel Alegbele, a business lecturer in AI in Global Banking School with University of Suffolk Partnership. So we're starting. Customer discovery mastery. Customer, what comes to your mind when we talk about customer? In every business, I think the bedrock of every business are the customer. Because without customer, there is no business. I don't know if you can think of any business that you can do and you don't need customers. I'm not sure there is any. If you know any, you can let me know, and I would love to do the business. But mind you, customers are very, very important in every business. They are very, very important. And that is the reason every parastatal, be it government or individual, are trying all the time to make sure that they have enough customers, because the more customers you have, the more returns you have. In short, the numbers of your customer will actually determine your turnover. So today we'll be looking at how to go about discovering how to get more customers, what you need to do, the best thing you need to do, how to go about it, and how to be the best in what you are doing. So in today's competitive startup landscape, understanding your customers is crucial for success. For your business to be successful, you need to understand your customer. You need to learn the concept, the method, and best practices of customer delivery. So I will start from here, the importance of customer discovery. Why is customer discovery important? Why is it important to actually discover customers? Like I said earlier, the more your customers, the more turnover, the more profit your organization will make, or your business. Remember, the aim of every business is actually to make profit. There is no business that is set up for, should I call it charity? No, every business, all their aim is to make a profit. So what is the first thing that is important is the startup success, discovering and addressing customer needs early on increases the chances of building a viable product and attracting investors. Now, the first thing you need to think of is, what do my customers actually need? What do they need? What is the need? What is the want of my customer? Or which problem are my customers facing? Today, most businesses that make most profit are the businesses that actually provide solution to the problems of their customer. So you look at it, the first thing you need to think of is, what does my customer need? Put yourself in the shoe of your customer. The product I'm bringing to the market, will it satisfy, will it meet the need of my customer? So that is the first thing you need to think of. You need to think of the need of your customer before you invest in any business. What problem are you coming to provide solutions to? These are the things you need to think of first. And after you've done this, the next thing is to identify a product market fit and validate your startup idea by collecting valuable insights directly from potential customers. I would like to use an example. Let's look at telecommunication, for example. Now, the mobile phone companies, they kept bringing out new products every year. Why? Because they discovered that the customers, they are advancing in knowledge. People don't want to go around with their laptops again. People want to do everything on their telephone. They want to be able to send an email. They want to be able to listen to music. They want to be able to do their meetings and every other thing on their phone. Now, this is what the telecommunication company, the mobile phone industries, they look at. And what do? They try as much as possible to provide or to manufacture a mobile telephone that can actually serve this purpose. And what they do is they keep every year, they kept improving on it. And that is why, for example, like iPhone, you see iPhone releasing new phones every year. Why are they releasing new phones? They are releasing new phones so that they make sure that they meet up with the needs of their customer. Most people today do not need to buy camera. Once you have a good mobile telephone, you don't even need to buy camera for you to take pictures at events or occasions. Now, they've made their need in one aspect, which simply means you can have a mobile telephone and also a camera. So when you are buying your phone, you are buying a camera, you are buying you are buying a forum which you can have your meetings, a forum which you can send an email, a forum which you'll be able to log into your business and so on. A forum which you'll be able to do your online shopping. So you need to identify a product market fit and validate your startup idea by collecting valuable insight directly from potential customers. When you know what your customers, what they want, their problem, their needs. And the next thing is, how do I meet up with their needs? Which product can I give that will actually sell better? Which product can I give that will attract more customers? Which products can I give that will provide solution to the problems of these people? And that is the next thing to do. And one thing I want us to know, every product you are bringing to the market actually have a substitute. Just like the telephone company we're talking about. If you talk of iPhone, you will talk of Samsung, you will talk of every other products of mobile telephone. All of them are producing the same thing. Now, there is competition. What they now do is they make sure they improve on their product every year, meeting the needs of their customer. So each customer will actually go for the mobile phone that is meeting their needs. So the customer discovery framework. Like I said earlier, number one is to identify. You clearly define your target customers and their plan and their pain points to have a focused approach during the discovery process. Then utilize survey. You need to engage them. Now, after you've identified their need, you engage them. And how do you engage them? Which I'm going to explain in my next slide. You ask them questions, you send out questionnaires, you have interviews, you collect data, and you engage with your potential customers effectively. You need to engage with them. You need to ask them questions. Remember, they are the one that will use the product and not you. So when you are bringing a product to the market, the product is not all about you, it's all about the customer. And that is why they say customers, they are actually the king of every business. So you need to ask them questions. Do you like this product? What if we do it like this? Will you appreciate it? Then you also need to get feedback from them even when the product has been released to the market. These are the things you actually need to do. You need to engage with them. When you engage with them, you get the questionnaires, the interviews, the surveys. You can do it in any form. It can be via internet where you send your questionnaires out or your surveys out. It can be one-on-one interview, depending on the demographic which you are working on. Then before I forget, when you're talking about customers, you must have a target. Who are your target customers? Who are your target market? A student recently, I think, Annabelle met with him. He has like a school where they train the teenagers and they use how to fight Kung Fu and Judo. And he was sharing flyers. Then I asked him, I said, how do you advertise your business? He said, I advertise my business by giving people these flyers. And he gave me up to like 3 flyers. I said, that's a brilliant idea, but there's an idea that is more brilliant than that. Now, who are your target audience, your target customers, your market base, youths and teenagers? Because it's not for people like that is over 40. And where can you get these people? Sincerely, you cannot get them on the road. Yeah, they move on the road, yeah, but you cannot get them on the road. Where you can easily get them is on the internet. An average youth will be on their phone, will be either on a particular social media platform, either Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or anyone you want to mention. That is where they will be. And that is where you can get them, not on the road. Even a teenager will not even take a flyer from you. Even if they take it, how many people will read? So I told him, what you need to do is, number one, open a Facebook account. Make sure you have your business in all these platforms. I can tell you assuredly that at least 50 people will visit your page in a day. And out of that 50 people, 10 people will call you. And out of that 10 that will call you, at least you will have 5 that will be serious, that will want to do business with you out of the use. He said, I'm not that good when it comes to IT, when it comes to social media. I said, yeah, that is where you need to invest. Someone made this flyer for you, is very beautiful, is very colorful. Then hire the person also to open your social media account for you. Let them upload all this on social media. You are a world champion. You have a lot of pictures you can upload. You don't need to hire them. You can pay them just once. Let them do it. Then you monitor it. Now, it is very, very important for you to have a good customer base, for you to discover your customer. Now, you need to know the demographic. Which age are you targeting? Is it from age 10 to 20? Is it from 17 to 40? Then where can you see these people? What do they need? You discover that most of these telecommunication companies and mobile phones, they target the youths because they know that they can actually explore. Now, that is very, very important. Then, which solution are you giving to them? Which problem are you solving? They will need to see this also. Like today, we don't need to tell ourselves what we can do on our mobile phones today. It's literally like an office for most of us. So after you've engaged with your customer, let's say, for example, you ask them, oh, what will you like? Will you prefer if this is on your mobile phone? Will you prefer if you have this as an app? Will you like to use this app? You've had an interview, you've sent out questionnaires, you've done your survey. Then the next thing to do is to analyze. You thoroughly analyze the data collected to extract meaningful insight and identify patterns. You need to look at the data. Then what do you do with their information? Oh, this person said this person said this. Then what is the way forward after you've analyzed the data? Then you validate it. You test your assumptions with customers and refine your product or business model based on their feedback. Remember, it's not all about you. It's not all about what you want. You'll be surprised that the guys, let me use alcohol, for example. The manufacturers of alcohol may not even be taking it. But they are selling it to people, all about their customer. They make sure they look after their customer. So it's not all about them, it's all about the customer. So you need to think what you are bringing to the market, how viable, how useful it is to my customer. And when you think of that also, think of the competitors, which is very, very important. Then what can you do to attract more customers to your side that your that other substitutes, your other competitors are not doing? These are the things you need to think of. And how to do this is to engage with the customers, get enough data, get enough information from them, you analyze the data and you validate it. So I've actually talked about these methods to conduct your customer discovery, surveys, and questionnaire. You gather quantitative data and opinion from a large number of potential customers to identify trends and preferences. Remember, you are just there in the corner of your office or of your house, thinking of the customers out there, but you really need to go out, know their preference, know what is trending out there. You'll be surprised by the time you are interviewing some teenagers that, oh, what do you think if this app is introduced? You'll be surprised that, oh, they have an app that is better than that. It simply means you need to step up your game. It means, oh, what you are working on, what you want to introduce to the market, you need to improve on it. You need to have interviews, then observations and feedback, which is very, very important. You need to observe customers in their natural environment and seek feedback on your product or service to gain valuable insight. Remember, when we're talking about business, we're not actually talking about products alone. You talk about business, you talk about goods and services. Yeah, the goods are the products which you release into the market, which people can see, which people can touch. There are some, the human resources aspect is also part of it. That is the service you render. And that is why you see people today, they try as much as possible to up their game, go for different courses, attend conferences, attend seminars in order for them to know more, more about their area of expertise. These are the things you need to do so that you'll be able to give your customer the best they want. Remember, customers always have options. That is one thing. They always have options. There is no product you are bringing that someone has not brought it before. So these are the things you need to observe. These are the feedback you need to take from your customers. And these are the things you need to work on in order for you to be able to have a very good customer base. So I've talked about these best practices for successful customers: identifying target customer, creating interview questions, analyzing and interpreting data. Then I have some case study. Through extensive customer interviews, this tech startup discover an undeserved niche, leading to a unique product offering, a unique product offering and rapid growth. It is when you've spoken to the customers, you've had interviews, you've sent out, you've done survey, all that thing that you need to do by engaging with the customer. That is when you know their need, and that is when you will actually be able to give them the best which they want. So when we talk about discovering your customer, it is not something that you will do once and you stop. No, it is a continuous process, what you need to keep doing over and over again. So this customer discovery is not a one-time activity. It's not a one-time activity, but an ongoing process. So you need to stay closely to your customer. You need to be connected to them so that you can adapt and innovate to meet their evolving needs. These customers, every day, their need changes. So you should always prioritize customer feedback, iterate your product, and stay ahead of the competition by consistently discovering your customers' changing preferences. That is the best thing to do. You keep engaging with them. Remember, every business actually needs these customers. The higher your customer base, the higher your rate or your turnover rate will be. So I would like to stop. I don't know if anyone has a question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah. If anyone does have a question, feel free to just unmute your mic and then just ask your question.
Hiya, Emmanuel. Up to now, everything is clear. I understand the needs of customer, what you're supposed to do in front of to make your business to be successful. How you supposed to start by identify first your customer. To know the needs of their needs, to analyze, and then so it can give you conclusion to go further. That was well explained, and I thank you for that.
That's brilliant, Esther. Thank you very much. It really shows you were really attentive, and I really appreciate that.
Are there any more questions, comments, anything for Emmanuel? Feel free to unmute your mic and ask away.
I would like to ask a question, please. I'm looking to start a business, okay, because there's not a lot of centres out there for them to socialise or meet, especially teenagers from about 12 like that. And I just wanted a few pointers. Where would I try to locate my customers? I know a few already, but how can I branch out to reach more customers in the community?
Did you catch that, Emmanuel?
No, I can only oh, I can only hear the last part of it because it's actually skipping. I think what she said, if I'm correct, is how can she locate her customers?
Yeah, I from what I understood, Paulette, you run or you're thinking of running some sort of community center in your
Yeah,
area. Is that
yeah,
correct? Yeah. And you just want
yeah.
to know how to locate more of the customers that you've already got, or have you not started yet?
I haven't started yet, but I've spoken to quite a few people with special needs children, and they think that, that would be something good to start up because they don't go anywhere. They're just locked up in the house all the time, apart
Mm,
from if they do go to school. And some of those, like, for example, I work with a particular student. He doesn't go to school because he doesn't like to socialize with other students, his peers. Now, I'm trying to find a way of getting him out, not in just the educational setting, but a social setting so that he can meet friends. And so a lot of parents have said that's something good for them to have in the community. But I've noticed that even in communities that I don't live in, they haven't got that kind of facility set up.
Well, I think that's a very good idea. Now, in that instance, your customers actually, the children, that is your target customers. But for you to be able to get these children, you need their parents. So the demographic you'll be looking at now are the parents, especially because you need to speak to the parents for them to give their consent for their child or their children to be able to go out to the community center. So in this instance, what you need to do is engage the parents. Send out like all the what we've said earlier, have interviews with them. You can have a flyer. In this instant, I think it is good to have a flyer because the people you are trying to get, some of them might even be in their house. They don't go out.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is, if you cannot like visit them, have one-on-one interview with everyone, you can have a kind of flyer which you drop at their doorstep. Now, that one will capture at least 50% of the population that you want. Then you do the interview, which is the survey, moving around in that area, talking to those that you know are outside, those that are ready to speak with you.
Yes.
It's another way you can do that. Then every community, mostly nowadays, have something we call like a community center on social media.
Right.
Like, for example, I live in Mitikins, and if I want to pass any information at Mitikins, I'll just go to Mitikins community on Facebook, and I can easily type anything there, which almost everyone will have access to.
Okay.
So you can go to their social media page also and write something nice there, which will actually attract these people. So these are different ways which you can do in order for you to reach your target customers. Remember, the main customers are the children, but
Yes.
you need their parents.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You need their parents. So to get these parents, these are the measures which you can actually take. Now, on the internet, the children will say it, the parents will say it. If you drop a flyer, the children will say it, the parents will say it. Now you can now have the interview, the survey
Mm-hmm. Yes.
all around in the community. You can have the survey for those that will care to attend to you, to listen to you, for those that will care to be interviewed.
Yeah.
You let them know what, most importantly, is not the survey, it's not the questionnaire, it's not what you're putting. Most importantly, is what you are offering them.
Yes.
That is what they want to hear. It's not, oh, we want to open the community center. Then how will it benefit my
Our
children?
children,
Now,
yeah.
what you need to let them know is the benefit,
Yeah.
what they will gain from it. And by now, you should be able to have done your market research. Oh, this is the benefit of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Number one, if you come out, maybe you are lonely in the house, you don't come out of the house. If you have a community center, that one can take away depression because you are not alone.
Yes. Yes.
You'll be able to
Definitely.
mix with people and all the likes. So these are the good steps which you actually need to take.
Okay, that sounds great. That sounds great. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That sounds great. Fantastic.
Brilliant. And just for everyone on this call, actually, I'm going to put a link to um, my booking page where if you actually wanted to follow up on any of the things that we've discussed here with Emmanuel today, you can have like a short 30 minutes one-to-one with me, and I can go and get some resources for you, or we can just discuss any other um, topics that you'd want based on, anything that you're dealing with in your business. So, Paulette, if you wanted to book a one-to-one, for example, we could follow up about if you've created a flyer for your business, and if you've taken that next step, or the steps following on from that as well. So that's the
Yeah,
link
that would be
in the chat.
fantastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No problem. Um, Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for Emmanuel all about customer discovery and the steps that you need to take in order to find customers and to understand what they want and what their needs are? Um, Please feel free to unmute. Otherwise, I will send the recording of this workshop um, following this, and you can also reach out to Emmanuel. I'll put his contact details there as well. But if no one has any questions, um, I will close this workshop. Thank you again to Emmanuel. That was really good overview of the first steps to discovering customers and understanding what they need. So yes, thank you very much for that. And I
Thank
wish
you.
everyone a great afternoon. Thank you for coming, everyone.